everyone, it's your girl Faye Renee. I am back today. Welcome back to Reviews with Faye Renee. Today we are going to review an action-packed thriller starring Jason Statham. Oh my God. We are going to review Wrath of Man. Now, there's something I want to talk to you about first. I had to go outside for this. If you have not subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Hit that little red subscribe button below once and check the little bell once, and every time I drop a new, funny, and powerful, crazy video, you will be reminded so you won't miss out on anything. So let's do this. Wrath of Man. Let's go. All right, now, Wrath of Man, an action-packed revenge plot thriller. Now, as I told you, it stars the great Jason Statham as Patrick Hill, or better known as H. And it was directed by Ritchie. Now, this is their 5th collaboration. And from what I could find on Google, he's collabed now with him more than any other star. So the story opens up with Mr. Cool, Jason Statham, or Patrick Hill, spending the day with his son, Dougie, played by Eli Brown. They're just strolling along and talking. Unbeknownst to Dougie, his father is the head of a major crime organization. So someone from the crime organization evidently calls Patrick Hill, or H, and he takes the call reluctantly, and they ask him to do a big favor. So he doesn't want his son to know anything about this. So all of a sudden, he tells his son, let's go get burritos at the burrito truck. It sounds like, okay, Dad. No. And so they get to the burrito truck stand, and H tells his son to stay in the car. He goes over and orders the burritos. But actually, what he's really doing is a reconnaissance deal. He is looking at the Fortico trucking company to see which way the trucks go when they come off the lot on a different run. Because his guys, his crew, is setting the place up for a robbery, which is evidently what they do all the time. So he's ordering burritos, but he's really checking this out. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, a real armored truck robbery happens to take place right where he left his son, Dougie, parked. Well, the robbery went bad. The thieves got away with the money, but they shot 2 of the guards that were in the armored truck, and they shot H's son, Dougie, and killed him. Innocent bystander death. H saw all of this and rushed to be at his son's aid, but he was too late. When he was just about to approach his son's body, he also was shot and cut down. But fortunately, he lived. Not so fortunate for the people that killed his son. This is a spoilers and summary review of Wrath of Man. So, you know the deal. Turn it off now if you don't want to know. Because this is a spoilers review. And you guessed it, H now has a long recovery and an even longer revenge plan. Woo! Okay, so after H is pretty much well, and we see that his wife has left him because she couldn't deal with this. She figured in his line of business, that's why their son got shot. When actually this was a whole different crew and it had nothing to do with him. But anyway, she left him. He's sad, he's lonely, and he's mad as hell, and he wants revenge for the murder of his son. So after his recovery, the first thing he does is go off to London and talk to some of his old connects and devises a master plan to come back to LA and execute to find out who killed his son and eliminate them. He comes up with a great plan. He actually comes up with 2 plans. The first plan was that he came up with a list of every possible low-down, dirty rat criminal in LA that could possibly pull off a robbery like this. They may have known something or actually were the ones responsible for killing his son. That plan didn't go so well because it was just a fucking bloodbath. Seriously, there's no other way to describe it. And his right-hand man told him, boss, this ain't working. So, because pretty soon people's going to start coming after them. So now we get to plan 2. The gist of Plan 2 was pretty smart. He had a totally new background that was foolproof as a working armed security guard truck driver. So he goes to Fortico, that same armored company where he was looking for the recon. And he wants to work from the inside out to find out who could have done this to his son, who pulled off a robbery, got away with the money, and killed his innocent son. So Fortico loves him. You got a great background. You can shoot okay. You're in shape. You're hired. His mentor, Bullet, who was portrayed by the actor Holt McCallany, was really a great team up in this movie. He showed him the ropes. He taught him everything he knew, but he found out right away that this H is bad. H became a star of the company. Okay, the executives, the employees all loved him because he was a great shot. He was a great person to have on the truck. If anybody came up to them, which they did, to rob them, H just eliminated their ass, like made quick work of it. It was nothing because they didn't know he was really a badass underneath. Meanwhile, he's collecting recon from Fortico to find out who the hell killed my son. And he was getting closer and closer. So as I said, H has now turned into the Superman of the Fortico Armored Car Trucking Company. The executives love him. The employees love him. And I love the way Guy Ritchie did a show me story rather than tell me. It was much more interesting this way. And it was easily understood. It was great the way he laid it out. There were a lot of mixed critic reviews, but I liked it. Hell, he ended up being the employee of the year, so to speak. There was one tough woman there. I want to say there was one tough chick. She was tough, and her name was Dana. She was portrayed by the actor Naima Alger. I don't know if I'm saying her name right, but she was great. And they just cut to a scene, and he wakes up in the bed with her. So whatever H wanted, H got, including Dana. But that was a very clever move on his part, because the next thing you know, he's waking her up. Get up. Talk to me. She's like, don't talk to me like that. He's like, sit down. And he interrogates her about the company because he finds stolen cash in her bag. And he finds out she just got that on a job that they left the money and didn't know it. But she knows nothing about who killed his son. She's pretty much a good egg, and the money fell into her pocket. So he's working the whole company, believe me, from the inside and out. He was just too good at his job, though, and nobody was the wiser except for Bullet and another dude named Dave, played by Josh Hartnett. Now, everybody was pretty good in this film, but I gotta say, Josh Hartnett overacted his role. Josh Hartnett was supposed to be pretty boy, tough guy, but not really tough. Every time they got too tight, he'd be, no, let's go for help. And he overacted because it just was not Josh Hartnett's persona. He's tougher than that. And he just didn't do a good job, but he had a small part, so I'll excuse that from the movie. Y'all know Jason Statham. As H and Jason Statham, he could do no wrong. And he had that deadpan ass humor, just flat. And to me, it was very funny. He really carried the role. So the movie continues, and H is getting closer and closer to find out who killed his son. And that's as much of a spoiler. That's a big one. The summary reviews I'm going to tell you. You have to go see it for the rest. I think personally, after seeing 3 sci-fi movies in a row that didn't hit the mark, this was like heaven. It was so refreshing to see a movie that made sense, and it was fun, and it kept my interest. Otherwise, why even go to the show? And it got a lot of that pent-up pandemic anxiety out. I was ready to kick some ass, so Jason Statham will do it for you.
Okay, you guys, final thoughts. You know, this movie, Wrath of Man, in the realm of Nobody and John Wick and Quentin Tarantino films, it plays rather well. I mean, it has its own unique spot. Guy Ritchie has a place at the table now. Guy Ritchie's film here had just the slightest touch of humor, and it was placed perfectly, you know, because Jason Statham owned this entire film. He carried it. Yes, he did. Very enjoyable. He was perfect as H. So you guys, I highly recommend Wrath of Man. Go see it. I'd give Wrath of Man a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Take your friends, especially take your men friends or anybody that likes to see a good kick-ass action thriller. This was it. And hey now, don't forget we're streaming now. We're streaming on infinitystream.org. It's a new free app. You can download it from Amazon for Roku or Fire Stick and check us out. Reviews with Faye Renee, we're streaming. Finally, at Reviews with Faye Renee, we love new subscribers. We're on our road to 300, and we would love to have your subscription. You can subscribe on the website, www.reviewswithfayerenee, and subscribe on the YouTube channel, Reviews with Faye Renee. When you subscribe to both channels, it will automatically enter you in our new drawing, What's Popping with Faye Renee. After we reach 300 subscribers, we're celebrating. We're giving away $30 AMC gift cards to 10 lucky subscribers. So subscribe today. Tell your friends. Share. You know what, guys? That's it. That's all. This is Faye Renee. I will check you later. Bye.